Hi guys, welcome to or back to my channel. So in this vlog I am going to be reading the Cruel Prince series. Now I am filming this intro after I have already filmed this vlog. I filmed this vlog so long ago now, but I've only just got around to editing it. I'm so glad I've read these, guys. I will admit though, this video just kept going wrong. Like, I kept getting ill and I kept getting sick, as you will see through the video. But we still managed to read these books. I hope you enjoy and let's get into it. Guys, please ignore my appearance. My skin is flaring up pretty bad. This is one of the worst flares I've had in a while. It literally burns so much, so yeah, and it looks pretty bad around there. Anyway, I didn't want to not film because I want to start this book and start this vlog, so it's like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. But obviously I have filmed the intro on a different day when I look a bit more approachable, because right now I do not look the best. But anyway, the book we're going to be reading first, which I will have said in the intro, is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I am so excited. I went back and watched my 25 books I want to read in 2025, and I was like, if I don't read this, I didn't read it. I was like, I'm gonna read this, I know I am, and I didn't. All year I've wanted to film this reading vlog, so I'm so glad I'm finally doing it. In January I was like, this is the vlog that I need to do in January, because I really need to get this book off my TBR, because it has been sitting on my TBR for so long now, since 2023, so it needs to be read. I don't really know what it's about. I know it's got like fears and stuff in it. Of course I want to be like them. They're beautiful as blades forged in some divine fire, and Carden is even more beautiful than the rest. I hate him so much that sometimes when I look at him I can hardly breathe. Ah, so good. One terrible morning, Jude and her sisters see their parents murdered in front of them. The fearsome assassin abducts all three girls and brings them to the world of fairy. Mocked and tormented for being merely mortal, Jude soon realises that to survive in the treacherous, dangerous world of the royal court, she needs to be as cunning and deceitful as the fair themselves. But the stairway to power is fraught with shadows and betrayal. Looming over all is the arrogant and charismatic Prince Carden. I'm so excited. Like, that sounds so good. They go to this like fair world and they're normal and they've got to like learn how to adapt. So good. And then also it does have an enemies to lovers, but I know that it's very, very minuscule. Like, it's not, a lot of people wouldn't really consider this a romantasy, because it does more focus on the fair world and the politics. Go into this with the right expectations, because I know some people go into it because people say, oh, it's one of the best romances ever, and then they go into the book and they're like, there's barely anything going on with the romance. So I'm going to go into this with the right expectations, knowing that it is mainly a fantasy with a very, very minor subplot of romance. I don't know why it's took me this long. This has been one of my most anticipated fantasy series, so let's get into it. Let's start The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Also, just a little thing, I am swollen around the face. Like, I do usually have a double chin anyway, but I am very swollen here, so if you notice that when I'm talking, I know like here's really hurting. I don't know what's going on under my chin. I think it's because of my eczema, but I have a double chin anyway. The fact that it's even bigger, it's one of my biggest insecurities, but I feel like I need to point it out because you can really see it in that clip how prominent it is. This vlog is not going well. As you saw in my last clip, I was explaining this, which is very much still there, very much still a lump. I had to go to the hospital because I started getting pins and needles up my face and they prescribed me antibiotics. Touch it, you can actually feel a lump, and that's terrifying. Anything lumps wise just scares the absolute shit out of me. I'm okay, it's nothing serious. The doctors told me it's most likely either a stone in my mouth or it's my skin flaring up causing this area to be swollen. I did a little bit of reading while I was at hospital and I got to page 12, but I just couldn't focus. But I will say, first chapter, what a way to pull you in. Like, ever since I read that first chapter, I've been like eager to pick this back up. I am actually gonna sit down and read this now. Hi guys, so yesterday I did manage to get a good way through this. I got 105 pages in. I am really enjoying this so far. I love everything so far. Like, it's such a good story. I will say that I've never really read a fantasy like this where it's very whimsical. You've got goblins and fairies and those sort of things. This is really exciting. It's something new for me. I am having a bit of a difficult time imagining things when it comes to like the mythical creatures. I've been looking up what they look like on Pinterest and stuff because I struggle to imagine things in my head. I'm still loving this so much. I love the writing, I love the story, I love the main character as well. I think Jude is so enjoyable to follow her POV, especially because she's had such a turmoil in life, and like her trying to navigate this world of fairy, and everyone's saying she's not good enough because she's mortal, she's not worthy to be in this land, and her trying to like fight off those people. And then Carden, oh my freaking god, he is literally a bully. This is definitely like when people say this is enemies to lovers, this is enemies to lovers, because I'm seeing no lovers yet. Apparently it's really slow. And then also he is so mean, like so unbelievably mean to Jude. Just don't know how it's gonna go from that to them being lovers, but I'm so excited to see the trajectory of that. Overall, I'm just enjoying the plot. Like, I'm not really focusing on the fact that there isn't much romance, because I went into this knowing that there wasn't gonna be, and that's allowing me to just enjoy the story for what it is. So far so good. I think it's so intriguing from the get-go to where I'm up to now. I've not been bored for 1 second. I think Holly Black really pulls you in with that first chapter, as I was saying, and keeps you intrigued. I love Jude. I feel like she's going to become a badass. Like right now she's like in a shell a little bit, but I feel like she's going to grow and become a badass, and I'm so excited to see that happen. Nearly on page 200. And the scene with Sophie. So freaking sad. The fact that these fairies use humans as servants and like completely warp their mind. And when Holly Black explains the state that they're in, it's so heartbreaking but also immersive. Really good the way she explains it, like you feel like you can see it and you feel so much for the characters that are going through that. Jude is obviously a human as well, but she's never been a servant because she is with Maddox, who's a big person in this world. She obviously feels for these humans because she's a human herself. It's just heartbreaking because Jude's such a good character and just wants the best for humans and for everyone really. I'm usually a big romance girl, usually need romance. There's barely anything in here, guys, like literally next to nothing. I don't really care right now. Like, I'm more focused on Jude and her story and her plot. Like, I find her so unbelievably interesting. I love following her. That just shows how interesting this is, because usually I do need romance. Like, I'm not a high fantasy person. I never will be a high fantasy person. But because this is YA, it's super easy to understand. The politics are very, very simplistic. The world is so whimsical and beautiful. Also has a lot of heartbreaking things in it as well, like the glamours that they do to humans to make them servants is heartbreaking. Surprisingly, this has shocked me that I can't read books that don't have a lot of romance in. It makes me more excited to read some of the other books on my TBR that I've been putting off because they don't have a ton of romance in, because I am really enjoying this. Equally though, I am so intrigued by Carden and Jude, because like I say, they have next to nothing in here, and I'm just so intrigued to see that develop throughout all 3 books. It's going to be like the ultimate slow burn, and I'm here for it. I've never really experienced that before. Like, all the fantasy books that I've read are more romances, so the people get together in the first book. I've never had that like longevity before, so I'm super thrilled to experience that for the first time. I'm literally in love with Jude. I love following her. I think she's such a strong female main character. Being in a world where no one accepts her, she sort of has to fight to be in this world because no one accepts her. Just shows how resilient she is and how strong she is. I'm so happy. I'm loving it. The fact that I put this off since 2023, I got this in 2023. Why did I not read this sooner? I don't know what I'm going to rate it yet, but so far so good. It's going to be very highly rated, I can say that. But yeah, I'm so happy that I'm loving it. Nothing better than when you have a book on your TBR for ages and you put it off because you're scared you're not going to like it, and then it excels all your expectations and you love it. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. This was supposed to be like a 2-minute clip and I can't shut up because I'm really enjoying this story. Are you hiding? This enemies to lovers is going to be so cool. We're like getting parts of it now, and like the little hints that we get are just so good. The little crumbs, like here, you really hate me, don't you? Almost as much as you hate me. Sorry for the terrible lighting. I cannot find my light anywhere that I use, but I have finished The Cruel Prince. 4.5 stars. This was phenomenal, like so good. Not quite a 5-star, but still very, very highly rated. Jude, I think she had such a interesting trajectory through the story, like from the start when she was super vulnerable, didn't really know her place, to the end where she becomes this really powerful character. I just loved following that journey, and she becomes quite cunning and powerful, and she is the best. She's the main part of this story. Like, even though it's called The Cruel Prince, like Jude is like the biggest part of this story for me personally. I loved Jude so much. Carden I really enjoyed as well. Like, I feel like I'm going to be more obsessed with him when we go through the books, because right now I'm still a bit iffy on him just because of how he treated Jude at the start and throughout the whole story, and they're still very much enemies. The way everything came together from the beginning was such a brilliant journey. I was not expecting the story to fold out the way it did. So many good twists and turns. Like, I did not guess any of the plot twists in here. Some of the things Jude did I honestly wasn't expecting, but I was cheering her on with every choice she made. Jude and Caden's enemies to lovers is everything. It's such a subtle part of the story, but those little hints we get make it that much more exciting and gripping. Big elements that I loved in the story, and I hope we get more of them, is the group that Jude was in. She was in a group with these other people in this world, and like she started to feel like she belonged. And I loved that group. Like, there was every time they was in the story I really enjoyed following them. Yeah, I hope we get more of them in the second book. Another thing about this story, the world is so unbelievably beautiful. Like, when I was reading it I was like, I want to jump into this world. Like, it's explained so whimsical, beautiful, magical, and I loved it. The way this was written was amazing. Such devastating at times and beautiful writing. Like, even when explaining the human servants and what they were going through was so sad. I love Vivi, not so keen on Jude's twin right now. I hate Locke. I also found Maddox's relationship with the girls interesting because it was so volatile and complex. Honestly, such a fantastic story, and I am so excited to get into the second one because this ends not really on a cliffhanger, I'd say, but it definitely ends in a way that the story's got more to go, if that makes sense. Like, this just proves, guys, read the books that have been there a while, because you could find a gem, and this is definitely a gem. I wasn't sure what this vlog was going to be, if I was going to read different fantasy books, but I think I'm just going to do the whole series, because the whole series has been on my TBR for ages. So we are going to be starting The Queen of Nothing. Hi guys, so I am like the worst YouTuber ever, because I've finished The Wicked King and I'm pretty sure I've vlogged none of it. Yeah, I have no excuse, I just forgot I was vlogging. I think this book just took over me and I completely forgot. I did read it quickly in the amount of times I read it. Like, I read it in 3 sittings because it was so bingeable. I really enjoyed this one as well. It wasn't as good as the first book in my opinion. This one was a 4.5 for me, whereas this one I gave a 4-star. I think it had quite a slow start. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed the start because I love the characters and I thought the plot was very good, but I think it moved really slowly, and then everything happened in those last 100 pages. Of course my lion dies, you're gonna have to deal with the bad lion. Those last 100 pages were phenomenal, like 5 stars for those last 100 pages, but the rest of the story wasn't up to the same standard for me personally. But I still enjoyed it, I still think it was great from back to front, just not as good as The Cruel Prince. I feel like The Cruel Prince gripped me more than this one, but I will say that Enemies to Lovers is Enemies to Lovers in, like, they were so good in this, like, better than what they were in The Cruel Prince. This one definitely is still not a romance, guys. Like, it is such a small part of the plot, but the bits we do get, like I said with The Cruel Prince, were everything, and we got so many good scenes with them two in here. Oh my god, the twist! The way I was gobsmacked, like, I was not expecting that. I feel like, I don't know if it's because I haven't read much fantasy and I can't predict things, but I was not expecting that at all. I was not expecting that twist. Phenomenal twist for me personally. I did not see it coming. The way my jaw fell open, like, I was like, holy crap. I am so intrigued to see Jude. I need to be very careful here because I don't want to spoil, but see Jude get through this and see how she comes out on the other end, because I just do not know what's going to happen here. Like, holy crap, holy shit, like, oh my god. I'm so excited, honestly so thrilled. The betrayals in here were so good, like, you did not see any of those coming either. So much angst in here, so much yearning. I love it, I love it, I love it. Also, I hate Locke, cannot stand Locke, like, he needs to go away, like, seriously. I love the roach and I love what is her name now? The Bomb. She's amazing as well. Loving this series, and I think it just has such strong characters. Like, even when the plot isn't moving super fast, like the first 200 pages of it, it's still so enjoyable because the characters are just so enjoyable to follow. Especially Jude, she's up there with one of my top female characters. I just love the way she starts off being this vulnerable person in this land of fairy, not really knowing what to do or how to navigate this world, to becoming this powerful, badass person. She has been knocked down a little bit at the end of this, but I'm excited to see her get back up and claim her right. I thought The Queen of Nothing was the second book, but it was this one. I think I mentioned that in my last clip that I was talking. I was like, I'm going to read The Queen of Nothing. No, it was this one. It's a good job I checked. I'm going to go start The Queen of Nothing now. Hopefully we'll be better at vlogging and updating you guys. I think, no, with series, like, I don't know, I just struggle to update you guys because there's so much that I can't say when it's the second or third book in the series, so I have to be very, very blunt and careful. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have read this series, but I know there's going to be people that haven't as well, like me, so just have to be careful, you know, not to spoil any main key plots or key points of the story. If you can't tell, I'm not very well. I have a sore throat, so my voice doesn't sound amazing. It's the best it's sounded in the past couple of days, but it's still not 100%. I feel like I sound awful. Please bear with me, but I'm going to be real with you guys. I thought this vlog would take a week and a bit. We are now on the 3rd week of filming this vlog, maybe even the 4th. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me lately. I am just not reading as much as I used to. It has been a reoccurring thing since about last October. I just haven't been reading as much. And it's so frustrating because all I want to do is read, but like, I'm just a huge procrastinator. My fatigue is terrible, my health has not been the best, and all these things that I just haven't been able to read as much. And it's so frustrating, especially when you're loving the book you're reading, but you feel like you can't focus because of your health. I am 82 pages into The Queen of Nothing. I thought I'd be done with this. I don't like that. So it's just fell over and no one's in. That freaks me the hell out. I really don't like that. Anyway, yeah, this has took me a while, but I honestly just haven't been reading. Like, I feel like with all these books, even though I haven't been reading them as quick as I would hope, I've still read them in a very few amount of sittings, because once I do start reading it, I get addicted and I can't put the book down. Like, the previous two, I think I read both of them in 3 sittings, and I feel like it's going to be the same with this one. I have been listening to the audiobook. Now, I always get scared to listen to audiobooks, and I feel like I'm not going to enjoy the book as much, because I have never really got into audiobooks. I would love to, because I feel like I could get more reading done that way, because I could colour well listening to an audiobook, but I just feel like I don't take it in properly. But with this, I'm finding it extremely immersive. Like, the first 80 pages of this I did listen on audiobook, and I found it really immersive and enjoyable, but at the same time I'm like, would this be better if I read it? It's just a thing that I have going on in my head. I think personally I am just a physical book girly. Like, I don't read Kindle and I don't really listen to audiobooks. I am forever undone. That was so good. That was worth all the wait. The way this man talks, like, he's so obsessed with that. I love it. My sweet nemesis, how glad I am that you returned. I am giddy and I am not okay, and I am obsessed with Jude and Garden. I'm obsessed with the audiobook, guys. Like, I never thought I'd be an audiobook girly, but the audiobook for this is insane. It's so good. It's so immersive. And I'm not struggling at all like I thought I would, like I have in the past with audiobooks. So the narrator of this audiobook is so talented. She's so good at like differentiating the voices, just does all the voices so well. Just one person narrating it, like phenomenal. I'm so happy that I finally got that scene, like this is what I have been waiting for. I am loving this one as well. I think it's a great third book in the series. I believe this is the last book of this story. Obviously there is a sequel, which I'm not a sequel, a prequel I think it is, or a story after these stories in the same world about Oak, I believe, which I would love that. I can't wait to read about Oak because I love him. He's such a little sweetie pie. I love his relationship with all the sisters. That's one thing I don't think I mentioned in this video, but Oak's relationship with the sisters is so prevalent in this story and so beautiful as well. Like, I love them. I also love that in this story we get all the sisters back together again, because the sisters have an extremely complex relationship, especially Taryn and Jude. Seeing them come together after everything, after all the betrayal, is so good. Like, I love it. I love seeing them together. Don't fully forgive Taryn now for some of the choices she's made. I wish I understood Taryn more. Like, I really don't understand some of the choices she makes. I know there is a like novella, but I wasn't that interested in reading that. Let me know if you think I should, if it would make me understand Taryn as a character more. It shows what good of a person Jude is, because despite everything that Taryn has done and the betrayals that Taryn has committed towards Jude, Jude still has her sister's back through everything that has happened in this story. There's a lot about Jude and just how amazing of a person she is. She might be very cunning, she might be very manipulative in certain situations where she has to be manipulative, but down to her core she is a very, very good person who sadly lives in a world where she does have to have this morally ambiguous about her. Does that make sense? Because she has to commit certain things. She becomes a spy. Obviously that comes with being cunning and powerful, and I love her for that. But I love seeing these softer sides of her as well, because she definitely has those softer sides that we don't always get to see. Maddox's relationship with the girls has always been extremely heartbreaking because of how it started. This isn't a spoiler, by the way, because it is on the back of the Cruel Prince. He kills the parents of Taryn and Jude. And the other sister, don't know why I forgot her name when I love her, Viv I think is. She is Maddox's real daughter, but Maddox still brings up all three girls, still treats them like they're his own. But obviously starting off a relationship like that, it's always going to have a lot of resentment. Like, the girls are always going to have resentment towards him. Throughout the story, Maddox just, he's so power hungry, like, lets that take over his love for the girls, because I do genuinely believe that he loves the girls but he just doesn't love them enough. He loves power more, he thrives off that, and that is a big part of this story and his trajectory through the whole books. It's crazy, like, honestly it's one of the most interesting parts of the story for me. I love reading about Maddox's relationship with the girls. So many things about this series that I really love. I think Holly Black is a great writer, and she's really, really good at writing relationships, not just Jude and Carden and the enemies to lovers, the relationship with the sisters, the relationship with Oak, the relationship with Maddox, the relationship with the court, the politics, everything. She's phenomenal. Usually I prefer reading physical books, but I absolutely adore the audiobook. I'm going to go finish it. I'm going to listen to the audiobook and do a bit of colouring. I'm listening to the audiobook, guys. I would absolutely love a book about the Roach bomb. Like, I would literally be so happy about that. Like, I love them too, and I wish we got more of them. I need a book about them. I need a book about them. I just wanted to say that because we just got a beautiful moment between them.
Even though you're looking like a sign of grace, I know, but I can never match your name to face my fault. But when I noticed it was far too late, you left a fingerprint on my soul.
Hi guys, so I have finally finished this series and finished The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I have decided to give this one a 4.25. I was originally going to give it 4 stars, but I do think I preferred it to the middle book, but definitely didn't enjoy it as much as the first book, so I feel like 4.25 is like the perfect rating for this one. I feel like I've already explained all my feelings with this one. As you guys already know, I love this series. I love the characters, I love the plot, I love how the politics is written about. I love the enemies to lovers. The enemies to lovers is everything, but I would not recommend going into this series thinking it's going to be so much romance, because it's definitely not. It is literal crumbs. The main part of this series is the character Jude. She is absolutely phenomenal and up there as one of my favourite female characters. I just love her whole journey in this series. When I met Jude at the start of this series, I was not expecting her to end up where she did, but I'm so freaking proud of her. She's so powerful. She started off as this vulnerable girl in a world of fairy, and if you know, you know where she ends up. She is an incredible FMC, and I loved following her so much. I love the spies as well. Like, as I mentioned, I would love to get a story about the roach and the bomb. They are adorable. Also very bittersweet between them two. I just adored this series. I'm obsessed with Carden. He is the best in this one, I would say. Like, the way he talks about Jude, the way he talks about his feelings, like, seeing him finally accept that was so good. And I also just think, learn with Carden that at the start of the series, this one, he is very, very misunderstood. Like, he comes across at the start as like, am I gonna love this guy? Because right now he seems like a piece of work, but you definitely do learn to love him and understand that he is just extremely misunderstood. He has not had a great upbringing, and he's never really known love. All he's known is hate, and that's why he becomes such a nasty piece of work at the start. But he definitely learns to adapt, and Jude sort of brings out the best in him eventually. Not at the start, because he's very mean to Jude at the start, but I feel like he learns to be vulnerable, he learns to be emotional because of Jude, and he learns that mortals aren't the enemy that everyone's made him believe. He falls in love with a mortal, which is so beautiful. If it's been sat on your TBR for ages like it was on mine, just pick them up, because I wish I read this series sooner. At the same time, I feel like everything happens for a reason, and I read this series at the right time because I love it. And maybe I wouldn't have loved it 2 years ago when I wasn't as much into fantasy as I am now. I would say that romance is my favourite genre. This is more fantasy with a subplot of romance, but it is definitely like this last one, not that one, this last one here, I've got them in the wrong order, that's so annoying. This last one here is definitely the most romantasy vibes one, whereas these two is definitely more plot focused, so you're gonna have to be patient. If you're a romance girly, you have to be patient, but honestly, it is so worth it. Like, the little crumbs that we get in these two books just makes everything in here so rewarding. Yeah, their development is everything. I feel like I'm just talking about the romance, but I love Carden and Jude. Don't get me wrong though, I did love everything else about this series, as I've already said. I feel like I've repeated myself now, but yeah, go read this series, it is so good. And that is the end of this vlog, finally. I have been working on this vlog for like a month now. The fact it took me a month to read this series is kind of sad. For me personally, like, I used to be able to read books like this, books this short, like that, but it just, for the past year or so, that just hasn't been the case. Yes, I did read them extremely slowly. Some people probably can knock this series out in a week, but that's just not the reality for me right now. But I hope you guys did still enjoy this reading vlog. I'm sorry that it's took so freaking long, and that I've been filming this since the start of January, and now we're in mid-February, so it's actually been more than a month, I think. Yeah, it's pretty rough that it's took me that long. This series, it took me a while to read. Well, every book I read in 3 sittings, so they are still extremely bingeable books. It's just a case of I read 100 pages and then I didn't pick the book back up for another week. Not because I didn't love it, as you know, I've rated these very highly, but because of my health. That is literally the sole reason why this wasn't binged as quickly as it probably could have been. I'm just so happy. So happy. It feels so satisfying to have this series off my TBR now. I'm gonna go look at Carden and Jude edits and fan art because I love them. Anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog of me finally reading The Cruel Prince. I will see you all in the next one. I love you. Bye!